When I'm a kid, I can see nothing but water. We walk down Roslyn Road with our cousins from the Riverland, barefoot and sweaty. The river has been flowing through the supermarket. A muddy brown creek has exploded. The rain hammered down all night. They come from the Murray country, but they can't believe how the Barwon broke its banks. This river floods. This place used to be paddocks. Now it's suburbs and refurbs and renos and new builds. Land for sale. The good life. Close to the beach, walking distance to the city. The football ground is the centrepiece, next to the river, just near the railway station. When a train goes past the ground, they sound the siren. The kids think it's the end of the match. But it never is. Football is the river that runs through this town. It's there forever, flooding in season, putting nutrients back into the soil. Grow up in a town like this and you want to be part of it. You want to play it. You want to belong. We are Geelong. Tonight, in my memory, I'm sitting at the APCO servo across the road from Gardenia Park. 6 p.m, Sunday night. Writing footy for the Addy. Not a reporter. Didn't get a press pass. Colour and movement from the standing room. Living the dream, they say. If you can't play it, you may as well write it. Right? Servo post-match is a bunch of blokes behind me, one too many beers, buying fried food like their lives depend on it. What else you got in the bay, Marie? Chico roll for Choco, and what are they, dim sims? Gathering coins, shaking heads, laugh out loud. Oh, what the hell went wrong with Savo? Video hits above the coffee machine. Early 80s mullets and hot power ballads. That bloke from Whitesnake, he looks like Mickey Turner. 100 goals in a season, 2 seasons in a row. Did he ever play finals? Number 23. He owns his own pub now, that's all I know. That's the way. What a ripper. Savs in batter are selling like hotcakes. Some dribbler just called up K-Rock. He reckons it's the end of an era. Oh, for fuck's sake. Heard that before. Everyone's an expert after the fact. Sack the coach and spill the board. Play us a new one, they're not going to do that. No such thing as the end of an era for a one-club town. This club keeps this town alive. The train back to Melbourne pulls out of South Geelong Station, creeping into Sunday night darkness, long trip up the rails. That's where I know I should be living. It's where I took myself after school. Up the line, up to the Big Smoke. Came back here for family or something. I can't remember all the details, but I'm living here now and sitting in the APCO servo and everything's still flat chat. When he was 4 years old, that little fella fell in love with the West Coast Eagles. He liked the way the Eagles played and he liked the way they won. Well, that's bad luck for you, shocked little face. Who's going to take you to the games? Not me. No fear. No way. We are Geelong. kid, I see nothing but water. We play at Cardinia Park, and so you can see that from the kindergarten. And I took my son to training on the way home, and he could just wander in back then, watch the champions on the track, circle work, doing laps. Winter turns to spring again, kick the footy, shake a paw. Here's the thing about Geelong. Everybody knows you, and everybody sees you all the time. You can bump into your heroes in the supermarket, down the street and up the shops, on the town and in the pubs. They know, and you know that too, and that's a contract, silent agreement. Nobody has to say anything. Benny Graham says hello. Every time he runs past us on the fence. That's the way. It's community. This isn't Melbourne. This is a one-team town. You don't sack the coach because the players let him down. First time I saw Brad Ottens, he was crawling out of a white Ford Fiesta, emerging from the clown car of a stunted few years at Richmond, Mr. September. Unfolded himself. Welcome to the country, the Surf Coast. He could play footy. He made the right choice. Good for the team, good for the town. You don't sack the coach because the team let him down. Here's a couple of 4 and 20s with your names on them. Struggling for words, and my deadline is fast approaching, and all I know for certain today is that... What did I see? Well, I heard that Jocko hates Carlton with a passion. It's true, he says behind me. I hate him more than Essendon. Oh, that's a powerful lot of hate. He's been driving to games for 35 years. He's done the Adelaide and the Nullarbor, but there's nothing compared to Arctic Park. Mate, that was torture. 3 hours there, 3 hours back. Torture. Geelong getting thumped by the Hawks by 45 points. I think I was at that game. Peter Knights played very well that day, as I recall. Car park was a mud heap. Talk about crowd control. Couldn't wait to get back down the highway to Cardinia Park. Back home. We are Geelong. Now today, Stevie J. Let me just say. 1 Norm Smith medal, 3 premierships. I don't know how many All-Australians he's got, but let me just say, Stevie J, jumping off the wall at the Lawn Hotel was the best thing he ever done for the club. You're right, you're not wrong, you're right. He always knows where the goals are. Attack the pack, win the pill, where to put his body. That's true. He played the 07 grand final on one leg. He was in the hyperbaric chamber and Max Rook was on the calves' blood, and I just don't want the show to finish, they say. That was a special 5 years of really great football. It was an era. 07, 09, 11. If there's ever going to be an era, well, that was it. So is it over? Is it over? This is the question that drives this town, and the APCO servo in this town of mine. Is it over? Is this the best we can be? Have we been washed away in the flood? We do have an inferiority complex. We don't have confidence in the future. We hang around the servo, drift down to the pub. The truth is, it may not be over yet, but in my town, everyone has an opinion about what went right, what's going wrong. Today was a disaster. Second half was a clinic. Witches' hats, mate. You never know what they're going to serve up out there. Minimum chips and a few pieces of fish been sitting there since Adam was a boy. I just hope he can go out in a blaze of glory. They're doing everything today that they didn't do last week. It's all about pressure at the ball. If we move it more quickly, just get it down there. Why was he sitting on the pine for so long? Too little, too late. At least he's bringing some urgency. I like the way he goes about it. I like the way he does his job. You need to kick goals to win games. You can't rely on free kicks. Play in front. Just get in front. Go straight down the guts. This team has got about as much sense of direction as a 2-wheeled shopping trolley. But you need to play 4 quarters. On what we saw this afternoon, honestly, it is hard to believe that either of these clubs are going to make finals this year. It feels like we just won a funeral. This is memberships in the microwave stuff. But, mate, this is the best of times. It's the worst of times. Best of mates. In the worst of weather. Don't forget about the time we... Don't forget about the day that we... The week we... You have to believe. I will never forget the Brad Otten's tackle in the '07 grand final. The Maddie Scarlett toe poke in '09. The first 16 seconds of perfect football, 2011. Perfect football. That can wipe away the pain of We Are Geelong. As it says in the song, the greatest team of all. Yeah, this is the story. This is the story. That's what I'm going to write, okay. Yeah. When I'm a kid, I can see nothing but water. APCO servo on a Sunday night, wet and rainy now, it's 7 o'clock and the river's coming up and those boys are wandering down to the Bowen Club. And I know they're going to whisper on the way to each other. I remember when all this was just paddocks.